Hey y'all, this is Marla K. I hope everybody is doing well. I want to share with you some of my thoughts about what's going on with all this predictive programming, all these distractions coming out of the White House and out of this administration, all the crazy movies that are coming out, the Super Bowl ads and trailers and different things. It's not gonna be a long video, but I did a community post last night about some of the things that I noticed. I didn't watch the Super Bowl. I could care less about football. I like to watch the Super Bowl ads because the ads tell you stuff. Just like if you watch the Super Bowl ads last year there was a lot of aliens, just a lot of different stuff in the ads during the Super Bowl, and a lot of the things that happened last year, you can go back and see that they foretold those things with just simple advertisements. And so, that's just one of my hobbies that I like to do. I like to sit and watch and see what the powers that be or that shouldn't be are trying to warn us about. One, because the Bible tells us that we are supposed to keep watch so that we are not deceived. I believe that this is a way for us to know things without that, and it prevents us from being deceived. So when I see stuff, I just share it with y'all. I'm not saying that you are you should or should not watch. People do whatever they want. Just like I don't watch TV and I don't watch movies. A lot of people watch movies. I think all of it is helpful in this awakening because we are learning what they are planning to do, not only to the planet, but to us in particular. And so, one of the things that struck me last night was this imagery of the flag that Kendrick Lamar did during the Super Bowl halftime. And so, I was looking at the black and white thing because y'all know that's always the colors of the Illuminati, and they use that black and white symbolism to, when I say they, celebrities and different people, actors, whoever, just celebrities in general, musicians. They use that color to, you know, uh, pay homage or pledge allegiance to their God. And so, I was looking at the black and white symbolism, but what struck me was the red, white, and blue. And I was like, this is strange. A black man doing the red, white, and blue at a time when, black people is just like over all of this stuff. And so I was thinking, okay, so this is a safe Negro. We know we got to get y'all back in the ranks. We need y'all to be on board. But one of the things that struck me was like Kendrick Lamar did this whole "They Not Like Us" talking about the Ish people and Drake, and he was allowed to perform at the Super Bowl. But when Kanye told about who controls the planet, they debanked him and made him look crazy and did all the stuff that they made him do, made him apologize. Look at what they did to Kyrie and what's the other little black guy's name who did the show? Nick Cannon. And so many other people, so many other musicians who know the truth. That they either speak on it and get blackballed, uh, something suddenly happens to them, or they have to um apologize, go through some type of training, meet with the uh, what's the guy's name? Jonathan Greenblatt of the ADL, and that type of thing. So, but nothing has happened to Kendrick Lamar, and like nobody said nothing about it. So I was like, okay, so something is up with this. This is strange because this is just not how things been happening. And then, to have a international stage to perform this song and a black man calling out the ish people, they not like us, all the stuff that was in the song, to me is like, again, smearing in our faces, mocking us that we don't know who we are. And even though we um if y'all hear that siren, I'm sorry. I have my door open and something is down the street. I hope it goes down the street. Oh, look at it. As soon as I said it, it's stopping. Okay, it's going down the street. So, um, where was I? Oh, so that, to me, that's very strange. How this is all playing out. But again, it's a mockery, and this is what those people in this world, all these nations do. They know who we are. We're asleep. Our people don't know who we are, and we're making a mockery of ourselves. They're choosing people to make a mockery of us. So that was one takeaway from this particular thing that I noticed. The second thing that I noticed that is pertaining to us about this halftime entertainment was this flag. And so I have a picture of it. If you're looking at it, it's like the original flag of like the 13 colonies. So if you look over here in this corner, it's 12 people over here in this blue. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And if you count Kendrick Lamar, he makes 13. So y'all know this is a significant number because 13 with this flag right here is really the Confederate United States of America. The 13 colonies that broke away from the United States because they wanted to keep slaves. So I was like, oh, this is interesting. Now, it's interesting to me because of King Alfred's plan and the plan to round up black and brown folks in a certain period of time. Now, as y'all can see, they're already rounding up, detaining, and shipping out a significant number of brown people. That was alarming to me because of the national emergencies declared. I think it's like 3 of them declared now. And so this allows the government to um, quietly begin rounding up or detaining people for the King Alfred plan. And most people don't know nothing about it. Black people definitely don't know nothing about it, can't even talk to them about it. But I'm concerned because it looks like they're foretelling us going back into slavery or us not getting out of captivity or the old Confederate United States of America are going to reform, and we know what they fought over. They fought over the right to keep slaves, slavery. They wanted free labor. They need us to keep the country afloat. They can't survive without us. And black people have been outwardly expressing, the jig is up. They know what time it is and they're tired. They're not participating in any of this stuff anymore. So I was, taken aback because to me, this is what I see. I don't know if anybody else sees it, but I'm like, okay, so, you know, Civil War is coming apparently sometime. It must be this year. And the 13 colonies that were the 13 states with I think South Carolina being the first state to break away in the headquarters of the Confederate United States uh, is getting ready to happen again. And most people are not paying attention. They're not paying attention to what's going on in their states. They're paying attention to what is going on in Washington. And I feel like it's a lot of smoke and mirror happening now. And most people are not going to be ready when they start knocking on doors, when they start rounding up our people, because we're comfortable, because we've been um, susceptible to misinformation, disinformation, because we hate reading, because we don't trust each other, because we don't like to hear nothing bad. We've been conditioned by the church and by new age spiritualism now. You got to be happy all the time. You got to be optimistic. They getting ready to scoop our asses up. And I'm telling you what God loves. They don't like us. They need us. Us is tired. Us, spiritually don't have any more energy to give. This place is collapsing. It cannot survive. It can't reinvent itself without a surf class. And because of the 13th and 14th Amendment, they need us in order to rebuild whatever it is that they're trying to rebuild, because they know white people ain't finna participate. White people don't think they're supposed to be no slaves. Now they love to tell you white people were slaves, but when it come time to do the slaving, they pointing fingers at us and at the brown people. Anybody can do the hard labor except for us. They will oversee us, but they don't really want to be no slaves. But that is what is supposed to happen. I don't know how the Most High gonna work any of this out, but their plan is to put us back into enslavement. And when I saw this flag, I was like, wait a minute, they is all up in our face telling us what time it is. So in addition to the aliens and volcanoes erupting, I don't know if y'all been paying attention to what's going on with Santorini, and they had a tsunami warning in the Caribbean Sea in the Gulf of Mexico this past weekend because there was a big underwater earthquake, like a 8.0 earthquake, and it was really shallow, like 21 feet down. The poles are shifting. There is expected to be like huge solar flare between now and the 12th, I think, of February. Um, just a lot of stuff is happening. And then there's this report of this asteroid that could hit the planet that nobody's talking about. And that's why I feel like they keep spraying us. The skies stay cloudy. You can't see in the daytime. It's just so much stuff happening. And there was a Super Bowl ad of a meteor about to hit the planet, and they were trying to shoot something up there to blow up the asteroid so that it wouldn't hit. And that's the same thing that was going on with Don't Look Up, that movie that came out during the pandemic. So it's a lot of stuff happening, y'all, and we really have to keep watch. Um, for me, I know, a lot of us are like, oh, well, I don't want to watch it because I don't want to be programmed. I feel like we can't afford to sleep on nothing now. I feel like everything is a warning. Everything is a puzzle. Everything is a clue or a sign or a code. And if we don't pay attention, it'll be easy for us to be deceived. It's going to be easy for us to be shaken. It's going to be easy for us to be captured. And you can't endure to the end if you don't know what's going on. You can't endure to the end if you are not keeping watch. You can't endure to the end if you're not prepared. Because nothing nowhere said, oh, just wait to be captured and go back into captivity. The Bible tells you, if you see this sign, don't go here. It don't say stay still and have faith. No, it's like you got to move. You might have to go to them. If they come here, go to the mountains. If they go there, if they come here, you go to this place. You're gonna have to move. We're gonna have to flee. Pray that uh, it's not, whatever happens is not happening on the Sabbath, because every time something happened on the Sabbath, our enemies always captured us on the Sabbath. They attacked us on the Sabbath because you couldn't do nothing. Because when you are obedient, you ain't gonna fight. You're not gonna you are, that's your day of rest. So you're not prepared for war. Now you might be ready for war on the first day or on the fifth day, but on the seventh day you resting, and that is when the in the Bible, the Israelites is adversaries attacked them, and they were able to overwhelm them because they attacked them on the Sabbath. So we have lots of instruction. We have lots of history to go by. We have all sorts of predictive programming, to me, which is foretelling what is about to come. And so if you are awakened, like, there's really no excuse for us to be um, caught up into whatever is coming. But I just want to talk about these ads and this flag in particular, because it impacts our people, and the fact that they got Kendrick Lamar doing this Super Bowl um, ad, well, not ad, but the Super Bowl performance, to, one, make a mockery of black people, number two, to confuse us and disarm us so that we're not prepared for what's to come, because this economy is getting ready to collapse. All these tariffs and all these different things to destabilize the economy. Food prices are going to go up. People are not going to be prepared. Um, People are getting laid off. A lot of these programs that people rely on, in particular our people, are getting ready to go away because they don't have the money to keep on running these social programs, these safety net programs, including pensions and insurance. So, if you got government insurance, if you got TRICARE or military benefits, if you have Social Security, disability, food stamps, that stuff is going away. Section 8, these weatherization programs, they don't have the money for it anymore. And not only that, they can't keep up with the rising cost of inflation. So no, if even if they give it to you, you're it's going, it's not gonna stretch as far because of um, what's happening in the world. So just pay attention to what's happening, y'all. It's a lot of stuff happening. You got to look up in the sky. You got to watch every day. What's spraying? Look at the moon. Look at the stars. Um, see what you can see. I don't know what's happening, but I know the stars are really bright at night. There's a lot of stuff happening. The earth is shaking. I can sit in this house all last week. I would just be sitting at a table working, and I could just feel a couple of little shakes, and I would just stop and be like, I'm not moving, but I feel the floor moving. It might be 4 or 5 seconds, but I felt it. And then I, get on YouTube later and find out that in Italy, they're evacuating people from an island because the volcano is about to explode. And there are all sorts of underwater volcanoes about to erupt. The plates are shifting. There's something happening in Africa. Africa is splitting, and lava is literally coming up out of the ground in Ethiopia. Um, you know, and then you have this call for us to come back home. African countries are making a way and specifically calling for African Americans. The Most High is moving in so many mighty and mysterious ways. I can't even, keep count right now. But I know that we're still in danger, although we are witnessing all sorts of miracles and things coming together. The adversary is mad, one, because we are doing our jobs and waking our brothers and sisters up. Two, we are understanding the adversary. Some of us have prayed and sought wisdom and knowledge and understanding, and the Most High has given it to us. So we're able to see things that um, other people can't see, and it is a beautiful thing. I love my people. I love the brothers who are out here teaching, like the End of the World Ministries, brother Yasharel. I mean, it's just so many good teachers out here who are teaching, end time ministry. How do we understand things? Telling us what they see, and humble enough to not call themselves prophets or elders or whatever. Like, everybody's just humble. They're not taking titles. They're just like, wake up. We need y'all to wake up. This is what I see, this is what I learned. And just a lot of it has been just phenomenal. Now, a lot of these camps, they are harping on some things, and the more as time goes by, I feel like, like with everything else, the awakening has been infiltrated. A lot of these camps, I'm not gonna call their name, but they real popular. Um, a lot of them woman hating, very I don't know what to call them, but just say woman hating, very harsh. Some of these groups who believe everybody is Israel, the Mexicans, the Hispanics, the all the Africans, everybody except for white people. I just Everybody is Israelites. Everybody was Hebrews, but they don't like black people. Make it make sense. The Indians is black people, all of them. It's so confusing right now. But if you are wise, um, you just can see through all of the foolery. But there are a lot of natural disaster things that they are expecting, and as I sit and I feel the ground shaking, and I see what's happening all over the planet, and all these tsunami warnings and these huge earthquakes happening in California, in the Gulf of Mexico, in the Aegean Sea, with Yellowstone, even volcanoes that have been dormant for hundreds and thousands of years here in the United States. People don't even know they got, you know, volcanoes like in New Jersey and other places. Stuff is happening, and the Most High is moving. He is moving, but the adversary is moving too, and his job is to make a mockery of us till the very end. So you cannot be deceived. You cannot be fooled by this entertainment, by these celebrities. But we do have to pay attention to their symbolism, because their symbolism speaks to us. The symbolism is to distract us. The symbolism is to make a mockery of us. And I feel like last night's performance was a mockery. Um, I feel like, because most black people don't know who they are, African American black people, descendants of chattel slavery here in the United States, because we don't know who we are, it's easy to deceive us. We got to be on our P's and Q's right now. There's a lot of stuff happening. Don't sleep on an advertisement. Don't sleep on no Mountain Dew boxes, because a lot of these commercials are advertising products that you'll see in the store, and you can look at the products. Even a simple, like a box of Gain or a bottle of Gain, it might have aliens on it, and you're like, why is the Gain washing powder got aliens? Like, just don't make no sense. But that's what's happening right now. Like, our people are, and not just us, it's the whole world. The whole world is being deceived in a lot of different ways. The adversary has been playing the long game, and the game is almost up, but their plans are working. You can see them working. I see them working. They ain't working on me, but they working. And so I just wanted to share with y'all, what I saw about this flag, about some of the other things that are going on the planet. Just make sure you are scouring YouTube, because there are a lot of people all over the planet talking about different things, different stuff that's going on. These tariffs are going into effect and prices are getting ready to go sky high. People are not prepared for that. Are going on like it ain't, like it's just another day. And I just, it's scary to me that people don't see what's coming. And even if they see what's coming, people just think, oh, I got time, I got time, I got time, I got time. Time running out. For some stuff, it's too late. And, you hate to be the bearer of bad news, but for a lot of people, you need to be the bearer of bad news, because a lot of stuff is too late for us. I think that, we really should pay attention to what's happening right now. Trump is doing a whole lot of stuff that don't make no sense. And it's okay, because the rapid fire stuff that's coming, I know it's a distraction. I always know I got to look at something else. I got to look a different way, or I got to look at something in a different light. But most people are, black people in particular, are emotional. We are so in love with this system, so in love with the programs, so in love with everything, that we can't. Excuse me, the sirens are going again. Okay. Yeah, so we are so in love with this system, so in love with the little trinkets, the way of living. We don't want to be uncomfortable, but like I've been telling y'all for the last couple of years, the season of discomfort is upon us. For real, for real. And so, plant your garden, have you some seeds, do what you can do to soften the blow. Um, if you got a little money, try to use it up while it is of value, because these tech kings are raiding everything. They're learning where the money is. They're cutting out programs so that they can take the money. They're going to make you work. You're going to pay taxes. The money's going to go directly to them. We're getting ready to see another transfer of wealth. The biggest transfer of wealth in the history of this country happened the last time Trump was in power, and nobody's even talking about it. And it's getting ready to happen again. Not that you know, Democrats didn't give themselves tax breaks, but they were funneling money to themselves. They all do it. They just found a new way to do it, which is what the whole USAID thing is about. But while they're distracting you with USAID, they're getting ready to switch this system over to the digital system, which is why they need to get into the Treasury, which is why they need to attack the Federal Reserve, which is why they need to get rid of the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. Anything that's going to protect you. They want to get rid of FDIC. Look at what they want to get rid of. And then look at who's doing it. Billionaires. People who don't have any interest in being public servants. They are all about killing, destroying, stealing so that they can be rich and you can be poor. You're going to work for them. They can control you. This is how you need to look at the world. You are a slave. You are something to control. You are a problem. And if you're not thinking in those terms, and that you're like a roach, they're trying to exterminate you, I don't really know what to say. I just don't. But any event, I'm going to end this video now. Go back and watch some of those Super Bowl ads from yesterday. And just look at how they play into some of the things that have already been happening. For the last couple of years, they've been talking about aliens. And so I think, we've been seeing stuff. People been on the internet talking about what they see. And um, these portals been open. we don't know what's coming. The asteroid, the Vatican been talking about the asteroid. It's a lot of stuff happening. We don't know what's true, what's not. But what we must do is watch everything so that we are not deceived. So the goal is always let no man deceive us. And these people on this planet are what? Men. Being used by the adversary, but they're men in any event. And so we just need to make sure we are keeping our eyes open, our ears open, our hearts open, and we're staying spiritually grounded and physically ready so that whenever these deceptions come upon us, we are not deceived. And when they try to overtake us, we're not going to be overtaken because we've been prepared. So if you got to move, you need to be ready to move. If you got to flee, you need to be ready to flee. And at the end of the day, that's all we can do. Pray, ask for discernment, and be led by the Ruach. So that's all I got, y'all. Um, Slavery is on the horizon for the Negro. This country cannot run without our labor. They cannot run without our energy. They cannot run without our entertainment. Whether it's playing football or basketball, you look at the sports that generate the most revenue, they need us. Even baseball, they go to these islands and get these Afro Latino athletes, bring them, put them through the little, I don't know what they call it, little camps or whatever, and then move them forward. They be some of the most popular athletes in the sport. They cannot survive without us. We have to wake up and take our energy back. We have to wake up and be smarter and circle the ranks and practice protection. And they call it protectionism, but practice being set apart. Everybody else can be set apart except for us. We got to be with everybody. Why do you think that's so? Because everybody's in. Everybody is a confederacy against us. Everybody's in on keeping the secret about who we are and benefiting from our labor, benefiting from our consumption, benefiting in any kind of way that they can from us. The sooner you understand that and the sooner you become set apart, the sooner you change your mindset and start thinking, I got to do things differently. I got to shop differently. I got to eat differently. I got to consume. I got to, pray differently. I got to befriend people differently. I got to live set apart. The sooner you start doing that, the better life is going to be for not just you, but for our people in general. Because right now, we keeping the whole planet alive. The Asian people make good money off of us with hair products, all the stuff, the little cheap stuff we consume, Timu, hair, nails, um, the service industry. Uh, the Indian people, they make a lot of money because they put liquor stores and convenience stores and gas stations in our neighborhood and overcharge us for everything. And we go and buy out of convenience and not think about, hey, these people might be just exploiting us. No, nobody ever looks to see if they're being exploited. People just, you know, shop because it's convenient. They don't think that, oh, these people are in the neighborhood to make money off of us. Notice they don't go to the white people neighborhood and do that, just us. Because white people gonna take care of white people. Everybody else take care of their own, except for us. Um, Everybody is making money off of us. Everybody is making money off of us. Everybody is making money off of us. Everybody needs us to survive, whether it's here in America or back on the continent in Africa. Black skin makes the world go round. And a lot of these other nations, in particular, like China and India and some of these other nations, they have taken on the ways of the colonizer, and they see us the same way that white people do. So, you could think you got a black and brown coalition, but when you start following the money, you see quickly ain't no black and brown coalition, because the brown folks will knock you out of a job so fast and talk shit to you just like a white person. Look at what happened to the Hispanics till the folks start coming and swooping them up and taking them back to wherever they came from. They quiet as a mouse now. You don't see no flags. You don't see no bumper stickers. You don't see nothing. Everybody scared they're gonna be deported or harassed by the police. And then they talking about, oh, well, what are black people? What about black people? What about us? What about us? Y'all talk trash to us. Y'all say y'all took our jobs. We lazy. Well, we being lazy right now. We is worrying about ourselves. We tired. We tired of talking to people who don't listen, and we tired of talking to people who take from us and think it's cute. We tired. So y'all really need to understand what is happening, and we need to get our priorities together. This place is falling apart, and they got a plan. They plan to go back to slavery. They well on their way. Most of our people don't even know it. They already rounding up brown people. After they finish rounding them up, guess what? They coming for us. It's already happening. The King Alfred's plan is in effect. If you do not know what the King Alfred plan is, find you a web search engine that is private, like DuckDuckGo or Brave something. I think it's Brave, or I can't remember. Do some research. Go to the way back machine. Go to uh I can't remember. You might be able to go to congress.gov, um, or the National Archives. Look up the King Alfred's plan. I did a video. It's on Rumble. I don't think it's on YouTube. And I might have done one on YouTube, but it's not in depth as the video was on Rumble. So if you go to the description of this video, go to my Rumble channel. There's a link in the description, and look for the King Alfred's plan, or Operation Garden Plot. Look and see what they planning on doing to black and brown people. They're doing what they said they were going to do to brown people now. The plan flipped a little bit, but the goal is the same. And you got to remember, these people play the long game. Everybody in the world knows about this stuff. Ain't nothing changed. It's just the documents are declassified. They're coming for us. They're just working on the brown people first. Why you think they deported the brown people, but they built all these detention centers and for-profit jails and prisons, and cleaning out prisons and getting other people to take American prisoners? They don't want you here. They don't want you here unless you're going to be a slave. There's no room for you in the New World Order. They don't want you in the New World Order. There's no place for Negroes in the New World Order except for hidden away in detention, slaving, or yeeted, eyes closed, 6 feet under. Other than that, you're not welcome here no more. There's no service. You're no longer of service to this economy and to these people. And they're going to push us out. They're going to harm us. You, your little children, your little grandchildren, your wife, your grandmama, your mama. These people don't care nothing about you. They're your husbands, your uncles, your brothers. They don't care nothing about us. So y'all better get ready. I've been warning folks since 2016. About 10 years, everybody told me I was crazy. They still looking at me like I'm crazy. But I see it plain as day. They are doing what they said they were going to do. And if you read the plan, if you read the King Alfred plan, Operation Garden Plot, and look at the laws that have been passed over the last couple of years, look at how law enforcement is working now, multi-jurisdictional policing. Look at how folks been detained. Look at all they opening up all these old military bases and detaining people. Look at your region and where you are. Look at your FEMA region. Look at what they've been doing, and then compared to that plan, I'm telling y'all, y'all better read. You better look, because time for sitting down for black folks about to be over. Black folks finna be running. Black folks are gonna be not in a good place. We already not in a good place, but we in a good place for the adversary because we are asleep. When the thing hits the fan, everybody gonna wake up at the same time, but it's gonna be too late. And that revolution ain't gonna be televised. Trust me, it's not gonna be televised. All right, this is Marla K. Please like this video, share it, and subscribe to the channel. Hit that bell notification so that you'll be notified each and every time I upload new content. Follow me on Odyssey and Rumble. The links are in the description. If you'd like to support the channel financially, a link to my Venmo and my coffee are in the description as well. I do not receive any compensation for the stuff that I do, all the research. They don't like me and I don't like them, and I don't want them controlling nothing, so I just don't even bother. I don't want to be at the mercy of technology and have to curb what I say. So I say what I say and do what I do, and I don't have to worry about money being involved. Lastly, continue to prep, continue to pray, continue to seek the Most High, obey those laws, statutes, and commandments, because that is part of us leaving here too. Got to be obedient. Repent daily for sins of commission and sins of omission, and turn away from your sin, because that is one thing that's keeping us in captivity. Try to wake your brothers and sisters up. Get them out of these raggedy churches, because these churches back under Rome. They ain't never left Rome, but Rome is exercising her power, and most people don't really understand that our people, Israelites, that the majority of our people are marked for death, eternal death, because they refuse to come out of these churches. So do what you can to try to teach people and wake people up. I know it's going to be hard, but one thing is you will not have any blood on your hands. If you have the opportunity to minister to people, then do so. If you have an opportunity to share the truth, share the truth. That's what we are supposed to do in this hour. Wake people up. Um, and continue to just do what you got to do to prepare yourself. Again, pray your flight. Don't be on the Sabbath. And don't be out here getting no babies, because it's hard to run when you're pregnant. And it's hard to hide when you got a crying baby. That's all I got. Love y'all. And I'm out.